Hi guys, I wanted to come on here and answer a question that I got on my Instagram on how to cope with spiritual exhaustion in the context of everything that's going on politically and in our social environment. So I'm here to share with you 3 ways to deal with political stress. And when you leave this video, my hope is that you'll have some practical ways to deal with the onslaught of all the political distress that is in our world right now that's given to us on a daily basis. And you'll have some really great ways to deal with those that you can implement very easily. And I use these tips. This is something that gets me through, especially when there's murders or injustice, or our president who likes to throw us in lots of different types of tizzies through different forms of oppression. Let's just leave it there. But here are some ways that you can take care of your spirit in this political climate. So I'll jump right in. The first step is to step away from the narrative and re-energize your soul. So we are left thinking with the social media feeds and the news and everything that's going on, and even maybe friends, that there's so much negative in this world, and it can overcome us and overconsume our spirit. We're to the point where we do get exhausted. And then that's when we know it's time to step away, because although there are lots of negative things going on, there's also so much positive things going on. There's so much abundance in our world, and we really need to balance it out so our soul is exposed to everything that this world has to offer, not just the traumas. So really taking a step back and really stepping into your abundance and gratitude practice and seeing all that's good around you, which can sometimes make you feel guilty because you may know how much chaos is going on in the world and how much suffering is going on in the world. But if we are going to do anything about that, we have to take care of ourselves first. And sometimes that's my coffee machine. Sometimes that means stepping away from the narrative that's going on and really taking in the good, really focusing on the good, and re-energizing your soul. So taking time to meditate, taking time to pray, taking time to do your gratitude journal, spending time with people that make you happy, that make you smile, doing things that make you happy and not feeling bad about it. So my first tip would be step away from the narrative and re-energize your soul, because there's a lot of good going on in this world too, and you deserve to experience that. My second tip is to go from a place from feeling helpless, because I think a lot of the times what I feel when I read these news or when I see these new political laws coming into play, or I see a different tweet from our leader, well, not my leader, from the president of the United States, you can feel helpless, like, oh, what is little old me gonna do? And one way is to really combat that and really empower yourself in your spirit is to take your power back by taking action. So I like to write blogs and help people find information, and I'll link some of those blogs below on how to fight back, how to take their power back, but also helping those that are suffering. So helping illegal immigrants, helping movements like Black Lives Matter, protesting like the Women's March, and really exerting the power that you do have by being the change that you want to see in the world. So take your power back after you're re-energized and really use it, because you do have power and we're not helpless. My third tip, which might be the hardest pill to swallow, and I'll have a blog on this, which I will link down below, called Getting Rid of Other-ism. But other-ism is false. So the idea that we're separate from Republicans, or we're separate from Democrats if you're a Republican, or the idea that you're different than Trump supporters, is false. We're all connected. We're all sharing this human experience through body and living in this world, even though we're spiritual beings. And the truth of the matter is we are all connected. And though we have different upbringings and different environments, our souls, and I truly believe this, our souls are the same, that divine place inside of us all, and through maybe fear or oppression or white privilege or lots of it is fear. Sometimes there's this perception that we are different when really we're all struggling and we're all doing the best that we can, and we can find some sort of empathy and compassion for others through that. I'm going to read an excerpt from Thich Nhat Hanh. Looking deeply means observing something or someone with so much concentration that the distinction between the observer and the observed disappears. The result is insight into the heart of a flower. We see clouds, sunshine, minerals, time, the earth, and everything else in the cosmos in it. In fact, the flower is made entirely of non-flower parts. It has no independent individual existence. It is inter-is with everything else in the universe. Interbeing is a new term, but I believe it will be the dictionary soon because it is such an important word. When we see the nature of interbeing, barriers between ourselves and others are dissolved, and peace, love, and understanding are possible. Whenever there is understanding, compassion is born. So, while we may not agree with what would we call the other side, we can start to form some form of compassion for those that are drenched in the same oppression that many of us are drenched in, whether it's fear of letting go their white privilege. You can also identify with mothers that have lost their sons, and cops going free without justice, how that can hurt. You can identify with that. You can also identify with those that are under the veil of oppression in the role of the oppressor, and understanding how they came to be that way. And I feel like when we begin to let go of this idea of other-ism, like the other, and really embracing that we're all connected, that's only when we can begin to heal. And that's only when we can begin to have compassion and have a place to start from in order to grow. And that's a really hard pill to swallow, and I flesh it out a little more than I can do here in this YouTube video. But focus on what our souls can agree on. And some of those things that we all generally can agree on is helping people in need, like the homeless, helping veterans, helping mothers in grief, helping hurricane survivors, helping others. And so let's focus on, instead of what we disagree on, let's focus on what we agree on, because there's a lot of work to be done in those areas as well. So those are my tips on coping in the midst of this political distress, which would be, I'm just going to repeat them: step away from the narrative and re-energize. Take your power back by being the change you want to see in this world. Just start small, start with yourself. And number 3 would definitely be, let's focus on what we all can agree on, which is making this world a better place, and however you choose to do that by helping others. I have a video on also dealing with anxiety in a natural way. So I know anxiety also usually comes with dealing with political stress. So I'll link that video down below, as well as my article on getting rid of other-ism, which is a think piece that goes more into detail what I was trying to explain here. But take care of your souls, loves, and there will be a brighter day if you're going through a hard time dealing with all the trauma that is going on in the world. And I'm praying for your heart, I'm praying for your mind, and I'm praying for your peace. If you have any other comments or ideas, please comment them below. Please subscribe to this video, to my channel, and like this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Namaste. What are you doing, Coco? Come here, say hi. Oh, this is Coco, by the way. Spend time with your little cats. Say hi, Coco. Look up. Say hi. Oh.